Now the first phrasal verb, to spring up. Let's look at the meaning of spring. Spring. Probably you already know that spring is a season, right? That's pretty easy. Everybody knows it. It's a season. But spring, that can also be spring, right? In physics, you have the device. It's a spring, right? So cars, they have springs. It's called shocks technically, but technically it's a spring. And you can also have water spring, right? Where the water is quote unquote born, right? So the rivers are born. So this is the spring as well. Spring is something that shows up. So if you press like a spring like this, it jumps, right? And it's like out of nowhere. It does like something like this. It springs. Bah, right? So it springs. If you say spring up, that means that something happens suddenly and without warning. You can say that buildings, they spring up all over the city. So they appear like almost as if it's magic and it's kind of fast. You can say that cafes spring all over the city. And if someone says something to you and asks you to do something out of nowhere, unexpectedly, you can say that someone springs up on you. So the past of spring is sprung, right? So spring, and so the past is sprung. So you can say that, oh, that's not the first time that, I don't know, my wife sprang up a trip on me. She said like, hey, let's go to Disney or something like that. Spring up again, spring up. Something happens without warning and happens fast and kind of magically, and kind of similar to sprout up. Sprout up. So what's a sprout, right? First you have the seed. This is a seed, and the seed, and the seed. And here you have the soil, right? And you throw the seed into the soil, right? And it begins to sprout. So this is a sprout when a seed becomes kind of a plant, the first stage. So that's called a sprout. It's almost like a spring, right? So it kind of happens magically, right? So it's kind of almost like a spring. This is a spring where the water is again quote unquote born, and the sprout is when a seed, when the plant's kind of officially born, quote unquote born, right? That's not the term. I don't know what the term is, but if you say that things are sprouting up, right? Things are appearing, right? So buildings are sprouting up. So a person sprouts up on you, and sprouted up on you. To sprout up, so to suddenly appear without you expecting, right? To sprout up. That's it. The two phrasal verbs, they have basically the same meaning. Spring up and sprout up. That's it. I hope everything's clear, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.